Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhavatya Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjaneshalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamhayam Tadasma Padandikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanashute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bevacha पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। We are reading from Bhagavadam, 5th canto, the creative impetus, chapter number 26, the description of the hellish planets. So the entire cosmology we have studied in this chapter. So I think our Goloka chart will be able to identify, correct now? Wherein this hellish planet, till now we have studied about the upper planetary system and lower planetary system. So that also is okay. That is when compared with hellish planets, correct now? Here we'll be suffering like anything, and whatever mistakes, that is highlighted mistakes, which one should not commit. So it has been covered very nicely. So if a person reads this one particular chapter also, he will think before what he is going to do, whether he is a non-devotee also, correct now? So these many hellish planets are there. For this type of punishment, one has to enter there. It is given in Shastras. So we should not do that. So like that, because whatever mistakes we do, we only know 100%. Some we will not like to get it exposed outside. So that type of feeling, embarrassment and all we'll think. So, but our desire, our greed always makes and enviousness, all these 6 type of things will make us to do the mistakes actually. So that's what we are going to see here. So in this sloka, we'll be seeing about that is one will be, that is not divide, that means some food. For example, if you are having that's why we always have a lunch or a dinner with the family. Why actually sharing is very important. Giving in that is in that is in the form of annadan. So like that is a dan. That's a very nice thing. If someone is coming to our house, we need to take care of them. So we need to give water. We need to, if they come in the lunch time or a dinner time or a breakfast time, while we are having, we should give them also. So that type of nature we should develop actually. It is one type of a dana. So if one doesn't give that, how they will become also, it has been given. So many people have their restrictions. Some people will be very selective. So if they are very close, they will give. If they are not that much close, they will give water and then they will send it. Correct now? So that also some people will not give, they will speak and send directly like that only. If somebody enters our house, irrespective of whoever it may be, so even he is an enemy also, we should not disregard them. We should enter, we should call them, make them, give them the seat, comfortable, give respect because they have entered, they have come to our house. So Atiti, correct now? So we have to, even he is an enemy also, we should give whatever we have in our house actually, without any second thought. So that attitude one should develop. So in this sloka, we'll do 18 and 19. Both are interrelated actually, we'll see. I think this 17 and 18 are related more. It's a continuation of 17 sloka, whatever we are studying now. So I will read 18. I think you all can read 19 actually. Yashva iha va asamvai yashnati yat kinchanopanam anim anirmrita pancha yajno vayasha samstutah sa paratra krimi bhojane naragadhame nipatati tatra sata sahasra yojane krimi kunde krimi bhutha swayam krimi bir evaha bhakshayamana krimi bhojana yavattat apratatta prahutadhu anirvesham atmanam yata yateha. Synonyms: yaha, any person who, to, but, iha, in this life, va, or asam vipakjaya, without dividing, ashnati, eats, yat, kinchana, whatever, upanatam, obtained by Krishna's grace, anirnita, not performing, panchayagna, the 5 kinds of sacrifice. So, vayasa, with the crows, samsutaha, who is described as equal, saha, such a person, paratra, in the next life, krimi bhojana, named krimi bhojana, naraka adhame, into the most abominable of all the hells, nipatati, falls down, tatra, there, sata sahasra yojane, measuring 1 lakh yojanas, that is 8 lakhs miles. Krimi kunde, in the lake of worms. Krimi bhuta, becoming one of the worms. Swayam, he himself. Krimi bi, by other worms. Eva, certainly. Bhakshyamanaha, being eaten. Krimi bhojana, eating worms. Yavat, as long as. Tat, that the lake is wide. Aparitha, aprahyutha, unshared and unoffered food. Adaha, one who eats. Anirvesham, one who has not performed atonement. Atmanam, to himself. Yatha yathe, gives pain. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. A person is considered no better than a crow if, after receiving some food, he does not divide it among guests, old men, children, but simply eats himself, or if he eats it without performing the 5 kinds of sacrifices. After death, he is put into the most abominable hell, known as krimi bhojana. In that hell is a lake 1 lakh yojanas wide and filled with worms. He becomes a worm in that lake and feeds on the other worms there, who also feed on him, unless he atones for his actions before his death. Such a sinful man remains in the hellish lake of krimi bhojana for many years, as there are yojanas in the width of the lake. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 3.13, Yajna Shitashnisha Santo Muchyante Sarva Kilpishai Bunjante Tetva Aham Papa Yah Pachyante Atma Karanat. The devotees are plowed or released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered for sacrifice. Otherwise, who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sin. All food given to us by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman. The Lord supplies everyone with the necessities of life. Therefore, we should acknowledge His mercy by performing yajna, that is sacrifice. That is the duty of everyone. Indeed, the sole purpose of life is to perform yajna. According to Krishna 3.9 sloka, yajnata karmano anyatra loko hayam karma bandhanaha tat artam karma kaunteya mukta sanga samachara. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work binds one to this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way you will also remain unattached and free from bondage. If we do not perform yajna and distribute prasada to others, our lives are condemned. Only after performing yajna and distributing the prasada to all dependents, children, brahmanas, and old men, should one eat. However, if one who cooks only for himself or his family is condemned, along with everyone he feeds. after death he is put into the hell known as Krimi Bhojana. So I think if we take it this as per this Veda, that is this shloka, I think 95% of this world will be in the hell only. Correct now? So we all we have the taste buds, accordingly only we act. So those who are taken initiation shelter and those who are in Krishna conscious, I think they know at least without the in-depth knowledge also sometimes we always have that inner attachment to Krishna, and then we pray to Krishna, and then we offer the food, and then we have. But after knowing this, I think every food we have to offer it, and then only we need to take it. So we should get that realization. That is our take home of that particular sloka, the 19th sloka. यष्टाहिह वैष्टेयेन बालाद्वा हिरण्यरत्नादिनी ब्रह्मणस्य वापहर्त्य अनस्य वानापदि पुरुषास्तम् अमुत्रा राजन् यमा पुरुष अयश्माक्यै अग्निपिण्डै संदांशशै वची Nishkushanti. Yes. And everyone raise who are willing to recite this sloka. Madhumai Krishna Kant Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Yastviha Vaisteyena Balatva Hiranyaratnadini Brahmanasya va aparati Anyasya va anapadi Purushastam Amutra Rajan Yama Purushaha Ayasmayaihi Agnipinder Sandamtaistvachi Nishkushanti. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Subhara Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandat Pranam.
Dandat Pranams.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Yastviha Vai Stena Balatva Hiranya Adini Brahmanasya Vapaharatya Nyasya Vanapadi Purushastam Amruta Rajan Yama Purusha Ayasmayairakvi Pindai Sandam Shais Tvachi Nishkrut Shanti Nishkushanti Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prananandini Madhavi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, my network is not working. I can't open the reaction chat and all.
Okay.
Call me.
Okay. Fine, Mataji. You want to recite now?
Yes, Mataji. Okay.
Okay. You can recite. You can recite.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Yasviha Vaisteyena Baladva Iranyaratnadini Brahmanasya va apaharatya anasya va anapadi Purushastama mutra Rajan Yama Purusha Ayasmaina Agnipindai Sandashtaisya Tvachi Nishkushanti. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anjali Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandat Pranam.
Dandat Pranams.
Yaha tu iha vaistagena balatva hiranyaratna adini brahmanasya va apaharati anyasya va anapadi purushaha tam amutra rajan yama purusha ayaha mayaihi agnipindaihi sandanshaihi va tvai nishkushanti. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes. Pushpam Yashomati Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranams Mataji.
Pranams, Mataji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yasva iha vaistena bhavatva Kranya-ratnadini Brahmanasya vavakaradi anyasaya vanavadi purushas tam amutra rajan yama purusha ayasmanayaragni pindaihi sandam saitvasi niskushanti. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Mataji.
Thank you. Yes. Anjali Mataji, I think you read all you.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna
Mataji.
Mataji. I didn't read Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yasti yaha vaistayena baladvairanyaratnadini brahmanasya apaharati anyasya vanapadi purusastam amutra rajan yama purusa ayasmir agnipindai sandamsai tvai niskusanti. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Vijay Kumari Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी.
Hare Krishna.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. यस्तव इह वै तेयेन भवात्वा हिरण्यरत्न अदीनि ब्रह्मस्य वाबहरदि अन्यस्य वानाधिपति पुरुषस्तम अमुत्र राजन् यमपुरुष अयस्मनै अग्निपिण्डै सन्दं सैस त्वसि निष्कुशन्ति. थैंक यू माताजी.
Thank you, Mataji. Usha Daivati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranams Mataji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yastu iha vaivsteyena balatva hiranya adini brahmanasya va apaharati anyasya va anapadi purusha tam amritarajan yama purusha ayamayim agni pindai sandam se kvachi nishkushanti. Thank you Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Madhumati Vilasini Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी. दंडवत प्रणाम माताजी. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. यस्तिव्यः वैस्तेन बलाद्वा हिरण्यरत्नादिनी ब्राह्मणस्य वापहरत्यन्यस्य वानापदी पुरुषस्तम् अमुत्र राजनयमपुरुषा अयश्मैर अग्निपिण्डयः संदशस्त्वचि निष्कुंशन्ति. थैंक यू माताजी. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you, Mataji. Uttama Padma Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. यस्तु इह वै सेयेन बलात्वा हिरण्यरत्न आदीनि ब्राह्मणस्य वा अपहरति अन्यस्य वा अनापदि पुरुषोत्तम अमुत्र राजन् यमा पुरुषाः अयमयै अग्निपिण्डै संदंशै त्वचि निष्कुशन्ति. हरे कृष्ण माताजी.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Revati Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी. प्रणाम माताजी. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. यस्य इह वै स्थेयेन भवाद्वा हिरण्यरत्नादीनि ब्राह्मणस्य वापहरति अन्यस्य वानपदी पुरुषस्तम अमूत्र राजन्यमपुरुषा अयस्मनयत् अग्निपिण्डः सन्तं सैसत्वसि निष्कुशन्ति. हरे कृष्ण माताजी. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Hare Krishna. I think Anjali Mataji, you read because I'm not able to recollect it actually. Hare Krishna. Your hand raised. Anjali Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
She finished Mataji.
Okay, thank you.
I finished.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Yaha, any person who, to, but iha in this life, why indeed, stay in by thievery, balat, by force, va, or hiranya, gold, ratna, gems, adini, and so on, brahmanashya of a brahmana, va, or apaharati, steals, anyashya of others, va, or anapati, not in a calamity, purusha, a person, tam, him, Amutra, in the next life. Rajan, O king, Yama Purushaha, the agents of Yamaraja. Aya, mayayai, made of iron, Agni Pindaihi, balls heated in fire, Sandamshai, with the tongs, Vechi on the skin, Nikshu Santi, tear to pieces. So translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear King, a person who in the absence of an emergency robs a Brahmana or indeed anyone else of his gems and gold is put into hell known as Sandamsa. There his skin is torn and separated by red hot iron balls and tongs. In this way, the entire body is cut to pieces. We'll go into the shloka here. So the translation here. A person is considered no better than a crow. So I think why it is been referred to a crow. Crow actually it's like a omnivorous animal, correct now? It doesn't have any discrimination what to eat also. It will eat anything. Okay. So that's the reason a person why that is a lower level, lower intelligence person is compared here crow. Even in the first canto of Bhagavdam, that means the pilgrimage of crows, there is a comparison actually. So there, that is a less intelligent person is no better than the place where the pilgrimage of crows means only crows will be there. So it's a very lower level of intelligence and the actions which has been performed. If after so the person who is not going to share his food to anyone is considered is not better than a crow here. If after receiving some food, he does not divide it among the guests or an old man. So who has to be taken care in the family? Women, children, old age people, correct now? And the guests, these are all very important. After giving the food for those actually, then only the other people should take. Even now, any functions we are conducting in the family and all, we see that first the old people, kids will be given the preference. And the guests will be the chief guest or very high profiles. All those people will be taken care first, and then our own family members will go and have the food at the last. Correct? Now, any function. This is how actually it is a built-in quality we have in our culture itself. So it is by default we are having this, but not always we are behaving like that, because we do have some, what is that, what we can tell, some restrictions we'll put for us. If we have fought with a person, we don't feel like speaking to that person. So now we are in Krishna conscious, at least we will not have the discrimination. But prior to Krishna consciousness, we do had actually, correct now? We would have passed. Maybe the intense level will vary. So some people will be like a godly nature also, they won't discriminate. They will give to everyone. So that type also we can see in our families. So simply eats himself, or if he eats without performing 5 kinds of sacrifices. That means we need to perform the sacrifice. So whenever we are doing, even in 5th chapter Bhagavad Gita, we have studied about the sacrifices. Correct now? So what type of sacrifice? From the mind, from the speech, or whatever we are offering to the God, or whatever actions we are performing without any expectations, or everything, whatever actions we have performed, we are actually surrendering to the Supreme Personality of the Godhead as an offering. Even Sri Krishna was instructing Arjuna, everything, yet karoshi, yet ashnashi, yet juhoshi, tadashi, yet, correct now? In 9.27 sloka of Bhagavad Gita, he tells everything, whatever you are doing, you offer it to me and then go. Why is instructing actually? Without offering to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it will not be free from the sins. Actually, this material world is bound to the 3 modes, and obviously we are into the 4 defects also, like cheating propensity. We are prone to do mistakes. Our senses are not perfect, and then we are in the illusion. So because of all these things, we also have the characteristics of developing the 6 things like kama, krodha, lobha, moga, correct now? Mada, maksharam, all those things we all develop actually. It all only varies. what type of what is that wrong things we are going to develop, it varies with respect to the situations. Correct now? So the 5 kinds of sacrifice is related to even the yogis, they perform yajnas. So when they are performing, the sacrifice is not like a physical yajna only. Even when you are controlling your senses, your mind, everything, and then fully focusing on the lotus feet of the Lord, that is also one type of sacrifice actually. Correct now? And indirect, that is a shuttle type, wherein in the 5th canto many shuttle performances have been taught. Karma sannyasa is better than or karma yoga. All those things, the discussions has been taken care in between the between Sri Krishna and because Arjuna doesn't want to fight. Correct now? From the very beginning chapter only, he doesn't want to fight. He kept his bow and that is a Gandiva, and then he sat in the chariot. So like that, here Krishna is explaining about the sacrifices one will be performing, a jnani will be performing, a yogi will be performing, a karma yogi, that is a karma, nishkama karma yogi will be performing. So when you are doing any actions, whatever action we perform, we should perform in the nimitta matra. So nimitta matra, that means we are only an instrument in the hands of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this has been given as our responsibility. We have to take it further. And without having any attachment with the outcomes of those actions actually. So obviously we'll get liberated. So that everything, so then if you, how do you develop this detachment to the worldly actions actually, the outcomes of the worldly actions? By performing it as a devotional service to the Supreme Lord. So if one develops that type of taste, obviously he will be relieved from the bondage. So this is how in the actions we are able to see. That means actions in that is inactions in the action. There is a sloka also in the 5th chapter. Correct now? So those type of things. Even though we are involved in the actions, still without expecting any outcome of that particular action is equal to what? That is like an inaction only. So in that way, one should develop the taste of performing the that is whatever activities they are performing here. And another thing is like dravya dana, that is sacrifices is like we are giving to someone. So it can be a food, it can be a shelter, it can be a money, whatever it may be, we are giving it as a sacrifice. But whenever we are giving, you need to offer it to the Supreme Lord. It is like an offering to Supreme Lord, because whatever action one is performing, like even the good activities, we should always think about the Supreme Lord and then give that action. Om Tat Sat. That is the way we, in the 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we have studied. Correct now? So any dana, anything is given, it should be in that way. So otherwise it is not considered as the that is the real sacrifice which has to be made by the living entity. So it will come under this category one, whatever it has been spoken here. So everything should be given in the sacrifice to the Supreme Lord. So that 9.27 sloka is a very appropriate sloka. One was to develop the develop the actions to be performed in that way. So he has been told, Arjuna has been told, whatever you are going to create, whatever you are going to offer, whatever you are going to eat, whatever tapas you are going to do, that also is considered. Everything you perform as an offering to me. So that's what Krishna is telling there. So we should also develop such a type of taste. Otherwise, this type of hellish planets are always ready for us actually. Right now? So after death is put into the abominable hell. So what is there is nothing like a less punishment hell or a more punishment hell. All hell or hell only, and then it is a suffering wherein we don't have the gross body. Okay, wherein the subtle body suffering is more. So subtle body suffering is very, very tough. It's like an illusion kind of thing. Will be here, the body will be cut also. It has been mentioned in the next sloka. Correct now? It will be cut. So still we will have that body. It will be like that there only. So continuously our body will be cut and then we'll feel the pain. Those type of experience it will be seen in the hellish planets. In that hell, a lake what is the width of that lake is how much actually 8 lakhs miles it seems. So 8 lakhs miles, and it is filled with the worms. He becomes that type of person will become a worm in that lake, and then feeds on the, so worms will feed on the other worms also. So I think the fish also will feed on the small fish. We know that, correct now. So the particular they will eat the small fish. Like that, the worms also will feed on the other worms, smaller worms. In turn, it may also become a food for the another worm also. This will be continuously happening unless he atones for his actions before his death. So at least one should feel whatever they have done the mistake, they should repent for what are the mistakes they have done sincerely. That is very important. Just by thinking I have done a mistake, nothing will yield. You should realize it, so that in future we will not do that type of mistakes. Such type of sincere repentation is very important. In 19th chapter Bhagavdam, that is Brahmana, that is curse has been given by the Shringi Muni has given the curse to Parishit Maharaj. Correct now? In 7 days he will be bitten by the snake bird, and then so he'll be leaving. So why he got that curse? Because he felt, the Shringi Muni felt that his father has got disrespected by putting the dead snake on the neck of the what is that Muni name? Actually, his father's name. Not able to recollect the name.
Shamika Rishi.
Samika Rishi, correct. Samika Rishi. Okay. Samika Rishi actually. He was in the meditation. He was in full meditation. He was performing the devotional service, wherein when king enters into this ashram, he was not able to find even any food or water. So because of that small anger made to do this offense actually. It's an offense only by Parishit Maharaj. But as per the will of the Lord, it has been made. Because Parishit Maharaj being a pure devotee, and he has been rescued in the womb of Uttara. So he is not prone to do such type of mistake actually. Correct now? But the situation sometimes it has been as per the will of the Lord also, because he has to come back. He has been with the more opulent. So a person with more opulent getting detached from those things, it is not easy. So when a person is coming out of all the material things, so then only our the impact of the sins are actually nullified, and then he will be able to perform the devotional service. All those things we have read already in Bhagavadam itself, first canto, wherein the king sincerely repents for that. The first, I think 4 slokas, 4 to 7 slokas, I think we can walk through how actually Parishit Maharaj in the 19th chapter of Bhagavadam first canto, he repents, he accepts that is a very silly way of performing the action by putting a dead snake on a Brahmana who is that is as a Vaishnava sitting in the meditation. So he is not a person. He also is a pure devotee, and then the other Samika Rishi also is a great devotee. So these type of actions are not expected, but the slight, that is because of as per the will of the Lord, and then because of this Kali Yuga's impact, Parishit Maharaj also performed that small mistake, and then for the small mistake Shringi Muni also cursed. That is the way the Kali Purusha entered. So Shringi Muni only gave the entrance for Kali Purusha in the Kali Yuga. So here why we have, that is, he becomes a worm in the lake and feeds on, unless, but sincerely, where I was referring here is Parishit Maharaj was sincerely repenting. He accepted his mistake and he sincerely repented, and then he was praying to the Supreme Lord that whatever action I will be getting, future I will be seeing the danger thing, and then let me only suffer, my family should not suffer, because whatever action, in general, anyone will think that is a devotee or a good attitude person will always think that action should be, I should take the suffering, wherein my family should not suffer. That intention always will be there. Correct now? So insincere actually Parishit Maharaj was atoning for these actions. When you atone, at least we'll be continually performing the devotional service, and Lord also will excuse. For devotees, Lord is there For a non-devotee, he is not at all repenting for his action, means there is no guarantee that he will change that attitude and he will be performing the similar actions also in future. Correct na? So obviously, such type of person is being a sinful person and he remains in the hellish lake of Krimi Bhojana for as many years as there are yojanas. That means as many years of the yojanas means 8 lakh miles. So that much duration actually he will be, that we know that Kala which has been calculated. Correct na? The distance, time are all interrelated. Correct, the taken. So with that actually that much duration he will be suffering there. So purport in that the devotees. So why actually we need to take the offered food? Because it is free from the sins and that will help us to purify us. Purification. The sacrifices are meant for what is the purpose, ultimate purpose of the sacrifice? It is meant for the purification. If a person is not get purified, obviously he will not be able to perform the devotional service in a purified way. So to develop that taste, so one should perform all the sacrifices, whatever way you are able to do it, by mind, by devotional service, by giving the charity, all those things one should develop with respect to, without any attachment to the fruits of the actions or the sacrifices, one should take it up. And one should take the offered food only. So that will help them to perform this in a better way. Otherwise, we'll be eating the sin only. If we are preparing food for our taste buds, obviously it is a sin. And that will get binded and then we'll be coming back again and again here as per our karmic reactions. All food given to us by the Supreme. Everything is given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But if we forget to offer Him and we eat, it is only a sin we are eating actually. Lord supplies everyone. We should have a courtesy. Correct? Now, in this material world, we always have the gratitude towards our parents, our elders, and our guru and all, because of our parents we have come, and that respect we show back. So the Supreme God is He's a Supreme Father who has given all our parents, guru, everything He only has given, the food, shelter, everything. So obviously we should not forget. That way only we always forget actually. After coming to Krishna consciousness only we are able to recollect all these things and it has to be followed, everything we are able to know. But prior to that, we would have done blindly also sometimes, and many times we would have missed also. That's how we have been in this life. So we should acknowledge His mercy. So the attitude, how we need to receive that, the sacrifice, how we have to perform and how we have to receive the or whatever offerings we have taken, that we are submitted, that also we will be taking as a food also, how we need to, with a great respect, we need to take it actually. That is the duty of everyone. So the sole purpose of life is to perform yajna. So yajna in the sense, how we are showing our gratitude, how we are submitting our obeisances and whatever the sacrifices, offerings, everything in the right way. So by realizing from where we have got this, from where we have come, everything one should realize. So when the attitude of the person is in the right track, obviously he will get that is whatever the Chaitya Guru, that is internally, so Krishna will be instructing us. We have to follow this, we have to follow this, that instructions we will get from as a Chaitya Guru from Krishna, and from our spiritual master also will get the guidance. And accordingly, one will develop the taste to get liberated from this world and continuing the that is SEVA as a devotional service, pure devotional service. So work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu. So one must perform the whatever activities he is performing as a sacrifice for Vishnu, not for his own things. Otherwise, he will get bind to this material world. If we are performing for ourselves, then we are getting bound to this world and we will come back again. Repeated birth and death. So even here, Sri Krishna is guiding Arjuna, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction. Vishnu. So you can't take the karma sannyasa. You have to become at least minimum level nishkama karma yogi you need to perform. And in that way, you will always remain unattached. So what is the outcome of that? So the unattached and free from the bondage. So we'll not get bounded actually. If we don't perform yajna, that means whatever actions in this above way, that's in Nishkama way, and simply distribute prasadam to others, our lives are condemned. That means the ultimate goal of life, ultimate way of performing the activities is not known means, then the intention also is not in the right track. So then obviously, according to the intention only, the actions will get bounded. So only after performing yajna and distributing prasada to all dependents. So first we have to give the elders, first the brahmanas, then elders, children, and then to the others. That's how the order is actually. Then one should eat. However, if one cooks for him, only for himself or his family means, so he is feeding and along is very much condemned. Along with everyone he feeds. After that he is put into the hell known as Krimi Bhojana. So he will be going there only. So he is forgetting the Supreme Personality from whom he has received all these benedictions, and then he will be just feeding as if he is the doer, all those things. My dear king, a person who in the absence of emergency robs a brahmana, in case of emergency, correct now? In case of emergency, robs a brahmana or anyone else, like some that is acquiring somebody's opulence, correct now? He will be put in the hell called as Sandamsa. So there his shuttle body skin will be torn and it is be separated by the heated iron rod, and then the body will be cut into pieces. But still that body, it's an illusion kind of thing will be happening wherein, so he will be feeling the body is cut and the pain he will be feeling, but it will be continuously happening. So that type of thing. So acquiring other people's opulences is not the right way. So these hellish planets are giving a lesson to us how to lead a life in a right way by getting to know if we perform the wrong things, what is the outcome. So that is the lesson learned from this entire chapter actually. Okay, with this I stop here and then I put into the platform actually here, put forward. So if you want to speak, if you want to share your any experience or realizations, please come forward.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Pranam Mataji.
Pranam.
Actually, I was thinking the 5 types of yajna
Yes.
here in Bhagavad Gita in 4th chapter, Mataji. Gravya yajna, are that Mataji? Gravya yajna, tapo yajna, yoga yajna, swadhyaya yajna, and jnana yajna. Are that Mataji?
Yes, that is there. And 5th also we'll have something, no Mataji. Karma yoga as a sacrifice. That is in Krishna consciousness you will be doing without any expectation performing. Yeah, what you told also is correct. And then in 5th also you will have actually. So with the Jnani and Yogi, they also perform now. And apart from that, physically also when you are doing some charity. So 4th chapter, 5th chapter, even in 6th is like a Dhyana yoga. In that also we'll how to control our limbs, correct now? That 8 stages of Ashtanga yoga, all these things we need to think about. We have to club all these things.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Even tapas also is under it's also a sacrifice. Okay. Yes. If anything I missed out, I think extremely sorry for that. Hare Krishna. Any other thing you would like to speak? Hare Krishna. Nothing else? Hare Krishna. Okay. Then I will close this session today.
Krishna Mataji, Dhanyavad. Very beautiful lecture. I mean, it just gives us enlightenment and knowledge.
Yes, everything has been given by our Srila Prabhupada, and from this Guru Parampara Mercy, we are in this platform. And it's a very wonderful association to all in the morning session. I'm happy to see you all. So
Yes.
thanks for joining the session and making everyone in the path. Thank you all.